Hello, everyone. So I'm Philippe Guichandut. I'm the head of our technical assistance and partnership at the Foundation Grameen Credit Agricole. Now we're going to celebrate 15 years. I mean, in two weeks' time in Paris, indeed. And we were set up by the Groupe Credit Agricole, which is one of the largest banks not only in France, but even in the world. And the Grameen Trust. I guess I don't have to explain who is the Grameen Trust here. And we are basically investing in microfinance institutions and social enterprises. And we are providing also technical assistance because, as I said, we believe it's very important to be able to have a kind of global approach with our partners. You do have here the map where we are. We are basically, Africa is a strong focus for us. We've been there, and it's more than 50% of our partners staying there. And then it's Asia, Central Asia. We are not in Latin America, so I won't talk about it. And our partners are serving more or less 10 million people. I mean, and so the specificity is that we really work in rural areas because it's around, the exact figures is 83% in rural areas and 94% are women. And you know, it's the two cultures of the two founders of the foundation. I mean, the Groupe Credit Agricole, which has a very strong focus on agribusinesses, and of course the Grameen Trust, which is a strong focus on women. So we started. We are what we like to define ourselves as a kind of impact investors. But I mean, from quite the beginning, I mean, I've been at the foundation now for 13 years, and I think that from quite the beginning, the focus has been to try to support smaller farmers. And we realized that doing so, I mean, it was important not only to provide credit or savings opportunity, but also that insurance was a key for them. And I think I was part of the African Microfinance Week in Togo, and I mean, I was quite happily surprised to see that, I mean, insurance came really as one of the main issue that was described as, because you know the theme of the African Microfinance Week was on climate change and how we're going to deal with this and so on, and micro insurance was often mentioned as one of the solutions. And that's something that, of course, we realized when we started to work on this. So from the beginning, we realized that, I mean, microinsurance, yes. From the beginning, we realized that, I mean, it was really important not just to provide this, but that insurance was one of the solutions to protect, to enforce resilience of the clients, to make them able to adapt to the different contexts. At that time, we didn't talk so much about climate changes, but you know, in agriculture, it was a big thing. So we had this very strong focus on agribusinesses, which is, I think, the most difficult things to do in insurance. But anyway, you know, we strongly believe that we could make it. So we did organize a lot of exchange visits. We had a very interesting visit in India, because, you know, India is one of the countries where they have the largest microinsurance program. We did it as well in Mexico. We worked some books on this and to try to explain what was there and so on. So it was a lot of, I would say, approach which was made on what we learn from what is happening, what are the issues, and as I mentioned to you, the focus was a lot on agri-insurance. And then we did some pilot project, not very successful. But anyway, you know, I think that we learned from our mistakes. Or no, it's not a mistake. We learned from, I mean, lessons learned. You know, I mean, that's and maybe you have good lessons, but you also have lessons that are not working that well. We learned a lot from our experiences that way. And then we decided to go a little bit farther, and so we invested in equity with Acre. Acre is a broker based in Kenya. Now they are owned by Zepre, which is a reinsurance company. And they are mainly working in a lot of eastern countries. They are working in Tanzania, in Kenya, of course, in Rwanda, in Zambia, and so on. And so they're designing some product, and especially in agri businesses, and then they are trying to use this product with different companies. And then from this lesson learned, we have a specific program we're going to discuss a little bit with ILO. And so after all these experiences, and you know, the focus always has been to do this through mainly microfinance institutions. We had, I remember, a workshop at the second African Microfinance Week in Dakar, where we gathered all the microfinance institutions to try to understand, okay, how do you work? How can you work with and provide micro insurance product? So here I come with a question that I have had for many years and that I still have, and that I think still remain, is that to try to understand if MFIs are the good partners to try to promote microinsurance and to sell microinsurance products and to do this way. And I really want to ask you the questions. I mean, do you think that MFIs are the good partners? Yes or no? So who wants to raise your hands? Who believe it's yes, they are the right partners to work with? Okay. Brilliant. Who believe they are not the right good partners? I will raise my hand. Oh my God, what does this guy do here? Sorry?
So, Philippe, I think it's great that some raise their hands on yes and others are undecided.
Yes.
And
yes.
I guess you are now throwing a challenge to
Yes.
all of us here on this
Yes,
side
yes.
to try and examine this question in more
Yes.
detail.
So I'm a little bit provocative, but I just want to share something with you. So we are, as I said, we are shareholders of Acre. Acre, they have supported now more than 1.7 million smallholder farmers, providing them with agri-insurance. Last year, they, in 2020, I think they reached 320,000 farmers. And they worked through 45 entities to sell their product. Out of these 45 entities, how many were MFIs? No idea? More than 20, 25? Who believe that is more than 25? No? Who believe that is between 10 and 25? You? Okay. Who believe that is less than 5? Matthew. Yes, yes. Well, I help you. 4. Only 4 were MFIs. The other were rather insurance company and so on. So I just wanted to share with you these figures because it's really see that, of course, first, microinsurance, of course, has to deal with insurance company and that they're working with this. But why? Why MFI don't do more? Why? What is the issues? Why? I mean, Acre, which is pretty well known, hasn't reached so much MFI. There's internal reason, of course, but there's, I think, another reason, which is more links to what MFIs do. So here we have great people. They're going to say that, Philippe, you're completely wrong. We can do it, and we're going to make it. And we will see with the program we have with the ILO that okay, we still believe in it. But I think there's really an issue in terms of what the sectors can do to do more in terms of promoting micro insurance.
So thanks, Philippe.